Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for rest we are here to talk. So today from the pattern wise DSA sheet, inside the array topic and in the sliding window, we will do the next question, subarray with k distinct integers. So first we will read the problem statement, then with brute force to optimize and how we will identify कि only sliding window will work here, that we will learn. So let's read the problem statement. Problem says we will be given an integer array and k, and we have to return the number of all good subarrays. And the definition of good subarray is where the number of different integers in that array is exactly k. Okay, so we have to count the unique numbers inside every subarrays, and that should be exactly k. So if you will see example number 1, first 2 size subarray is also subarray because unique numbers are 2. 3 size is also subarray because unique numbers are 2. 4 size is also because unique numbers are 2. But 5 size is not because here the unique numbers will be 3 and greater than 2 is not allowed. So we have to count all such subarrays and we have to return the count. Let's see the constraint. Constraint says the nums of length will be 2 into 10 power 4. So if n is 2 into 10 power 4, so n square will become 4 into 10 power 8. And you know beyond 10 power 8, it might give you TLE. So we need to optimize here. And that optimization technique we'll learn soon. So without further wasting our time, let's start. Question says we will be given an integer array and we have to count all such subarrays, correct? So basically when I want to count all such subarrays, I know कि with using 2 pointers I can use, means 2 for loops I can do. How? First index I will keep at this, suppose I here, okay? And what we want? I want every subarray starting with this index. So I will count like this, then this, then this, and then this. Okay, and every subarray the condition needs to be fulfilled. What condition? That there should be exactly 2 unique numbers. And how to calculate that? In the previous question of fruits into basket, we did the similar question. As we have to keep the unique numbers, so we prefer using set or hash map, correct? But in the last video we discussed why not set and why only hash map, because see, if this is our subarray, valid subarray, so after this second one is also valid, correct? And if you will take set, so you will remove 1 from the set. Although in the second subarray also we have 2, 1, 2, means 1 is there. So why to remove from set? So hence we go with the map, because there we will maintain the frequency. So for 1 we have 2 frequency, and for 2 also we have 2 frequency. So when we will reduce this from this to this, only 2, 1, 2. So we will decrease the frequency of 1, okay, and it will become 1 and not remove it. Hence for 2, 1, 2, what is the hash map? So what should be the hash map look like? This is same. So we do not need to maintain or create again and again. So that's why we prefer using hash map instead of set. And that will be more helpful in case of sliding window, that is the optimized approach. So in brute force approach, we will start from this and we want to see every element in the subarray. If it is valid, we will count it. Means for I index, we want our j index to run until the condition fails, correct? So can I say कि for I integer, for I index, so I will start from 0 and it will go till where? Of course nums.length, correct? Because we want every subarray to be calculated from every index. Okay. Now I want to run my j index, and of course I know कि j will start from where? Like suppose I'm saying if I is not here, I is here. So do I want to start my j from first location, like 0th location, or from the same location where I starts from? Obviously same location, because if I'll start from 0, for 0 I have already calculated now. So hence my j loop also starts from the same index where I is pointing to, and j will also, like j can go till nums.length and it can stop in between if the condition fails, and that we will see. Okay. Now what I want to do with the j index element? Of course I want to keep it in a map, correct? So for that I have to create a map. Okay, so let's say I have created map somewhere here. Okay, now what I will do, I will put, like in map I will put what I want to put. I want to put nums of j index value. Okay, now it might happen ki in the map, like map do not contain our element also. So in that case we will prefer using get default value, map dot get or default. So what this will do, this will give the nums of j index value. If that key is there, it will give me that value, otherwise it will take 0 and then we will increment it. Okay, so now I can say suppose I have map here, So inside the map, I have inserted my key 1 and frequency 1 for this, correct? So after inserting, what is my task? I have to check if my map size is exactly k, then only we will count that subarray in our answer. Okay, so can I say, I will write here if my map dot size is equal to k, then I can say this, like whatever the subarray is valid, correct? So I will do a count plus plus. So for that I have to make a count variable, yes or no? Yes. So I have to make a count variable. Let's initialize with 0. So inside this I will do a count plus plus. Now after this, as you can see, j is pointing to the same index and we have inserted the element also. Now we have to move this j index forward. So now the j index will point to the first index value, and as per the rule, we will add this also in our map because 2 is not there as a key in our map. So we will increase the frequency with 1. Now we will check, is the map size equal to k? Yes. So can I say this is my valid subarray? As you can see, 1, 2, yes. So what I will do? I will increment my counter. Okay. Now again we will do j plus plus because of this for loop. Again we will move our j index. So j index now will point to first, and now we can see that this value is already in the map, if you will see. So we will not insert any new key, we will only increment its frequency. So frequency will become 2 now. Still the map size is exactly k, so it will again fall in this if condition, and it will include this subarray also as our answer. So we will increase our counter to 2 now. So as of now we have 2 such subarrays which are having exactly k unique numbers, correct? Again we will do the j plus plus. So now our j pointer will point to this 2. Again we can see that 2 is already there in the map, so we will only increase the counter or frequency. We will increase the frequency here. Still the map size is exactly 2. Yes, so if this case will run, and we will again do count plus plus. So now total number of subarrays will become 3. Now our task is to increment this j, and this j will point to this 3 index, correct? So now I can say the j is pointing to the third element and that is not present in the map. So we have to add it, and because we add it with frequency 1, so this if case will not pass because now the size of map is not exactly k. So this case, do you think, suppose there are more elements, so do you think we should move forward and we should stop here? Because at this position only our condition fails. So do you think we should move forward? No. Because even if we will move forward with the same I index here and j index moving forward, all condition will fail only. So that is why we will write a extra condition of else if key map dot size. If in case map dot size is greater than k somehow, then our task is to break from that condition. And then this is the entire code for this brute force, and at the end we can simply return our count as an answer. Okay, so if in this case you will see we have only counted those subarrays which have exactly k number of unique numbers. So in this case our count will be nothing but our final answer. So what is the time complexity in this case? If you will see, I have started from 0 and run till last index. So O of n for the very first loop, correct? And second for loop, you can see j. So j is always starting from 1 and going to last index. So basically for every I index, we are running the j index from that particular index to last index. So in total O of n cross O of n, so total O of n square. Okay, so this might give you TLE, or even if it will pass, then you can see it will be very slow. So we need to optimize this code for sure when the constraint is greater than 10 power 4. So interviewer is supposed to ask you the optimize approach also. So I hope the brute force code is clear. Now we can directly move on to the optimize approach. So whenever we talk about any optimization in arrays, 4 different patterns comes to our mind. That is 2 pointers, sliding window, prefix sum, and cadence algorithm. And we all know when to apply what? 2 pointer when we need exactly 2 point and nothing in between. Sliding window, when from a particular point to particular point we need everything in between. Prefix sum we will use when we need everything in between and that summation, and that too in multiple queries, means from I index to j index, now from another new I index to another new j index, etc. Now cadence we will use when we want to do the summation of a subarray, but negative numbers can also include, and you have seen the nums of I value is greater than equal to 1, so it is not negative. So hence we can ignore cadence, prefix and 2 pointer, and we will go with the sliding window. Still, if you have any doubt, you can go and visit the very first lecture of the playlist where we have discussed discuss about all these 4 patterns, when to apply what. Now here we got to know ki, okay, we have to do the sliding window only. And why we do sliding window? If you remember, we keep on counting this. Earlier also we did, correct? So after this condition fails, in the brute force approach, we just incremented our I index and we again started from this index, and again we will go here and will fail. Okay, again next time we'll start from here, again we will go here and we will fail. So what sliding window says, if in the first subarray and the second subarray's condition, if you'll see 2, 1 and 2, for this you have already calculated, then why you are recalculating again? So sliding window only says ki don't recalculate it. Let's see if we can use it. How we can use? Add this extra one and remove this leftmost one. Okay, that is the basic idea of sliding window. So for this also we need a right pointer. Why? Right pointer will be moving towards right until the condition is true. If you remember, until the condition is true, it will keep on moving, and once the condition becomes false, the right pointer will stop. Means the expansion phase keep on going, and once the condition fails, it needs to stop, and then shrinking phase start. So you know there are 2 phases. First one is expansion phase, and expansion phase happens with the help of right pointer, and then is the shrinking phase, and shrinking phase we do when the condition fails and their left pointer help us to shrink. Now we need 2 pointers, we know. So that left pointer I would like to initialize with 0, and right pointer I want to take in for loop. That will start from 0 and it will go till nums.length, and we will do right plus plus. Okay. So what I want to do with the R index value? So I am saying left pointer is pointing to this and right pointer is pointing to the same index. I want to put this in a map to count the unique numbers, correct? So I have to make a map also outside there. So suppose here I made a map here. Okay. Now I want to put this value or key or value in a map. Okay, so I will say map dot put. What I want to put? I want to put nums of right index value. What if there will not be any key present? So in that case, I want to get the default value. So map dot get or default. Okay, so I will check ki if inside map I have my nums of right key, then take its value and increment the 1. Otherwise, initialize with 0 and then increment the 1 to it. Okay, now I have inserted inside the map. Okay, so I can initialize map somewhere here. So how will I initialize my map? I will say ki suppose this is my map, and inside the map I have first element with the frequency 1. Okay, now I have to check if this is greater than k, because sliding window by default it works for at most k. At most means ki less than or equal to k. Okay, so if you remember the code for fruits into basket, there also we did the same logic ki we keep on adding all the fruits until our condition fails. And what is the condition? Greater than k. Okay, so until it is less than equal to, we keep on counting that. So here also we have to do ki while map dot size is greater than 2, then we will do something, and that will be shrinking phase. Otherwise, what is our task? Otherwise, I can say ki if this while loop has not passed, means we have less than equal to k, and that I will consider as my valid subarray. Okay, so what I will do, I will count that number of subarrays, and I have told you ki to count the number of subarrays, what we do? Right minus left plus 1. Okay, and that we will do in a plus equal to. So I would like to add it. Okay, why right minus left plus 1? If you remember, suppose we had 1, 2, 1, 3, 4. Okay, and I want to count number of subarrays which ends with this, exactly this. So I have only 1. Okay, now I want to count the number of subarrays which exactly ends with this. So I will do this and this. Okay, so which ends with this, I have already counted. So what is this? This is nothing but length only. So that's why I am adding this right minus left plus 1 in my count variable. If you see for this, suppose this. So what the length is from this to this, the length is 4 only. And if you see the number of subarrays which ends with this index is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so till here how I am saying the number of subarrays I have calculated, because we have done this step by step. How? We have counted all the subarrays which ends with this, we found 1. We found number of subarrays which ends with 2, we found 1 and we found 2. Again we found number of subarrays which ends with this, so we found 1, then we found 2 and then we found 3 and so on. Okay, so that is why when we reached here, total length calculation is nothing but the number of subarrays. Okay, so here I can say ki I have calculated my number of subarrays, and after coming out of this, I can say ki whatever in my count variable, so let's initialize count variable, that I will return. So I will return what? I will return my count as an answer. But what if the condition fails? Okay, so let's try run this. So we will move this right pointer ahead. So right pointer will point to this, and now in our map, what will get added? Of course, 2 will get added with 1, correct? Okay, so next time again, it is still less than, not greater than, so it is still our valid answer. So if you see, count variable has counted 1 also as a valid answer, and 1 2 also as a valid answer. Why? Because by default sliding window works for at most, so it will check less than also k and equal to k also. Okay, and we will see later ki how we can ignore this. We will see that. Okay, so as of now, can I say my count variable is what? 2. Okay, now again I will move this right pointer ahead. My right pointer will go to this. Again I can say it is already there, so I will only increment the frequency of 1. Still it is not greater than. Again we will move this, correct? But when r is here, what are the total valid subarrays? So if you see here 1 and 2, so total number of subarrays count was 3. Okay, now when r reached here, so how many? That is nothing but length only. So can I increment this 3 plus 3? So it will become 6, correct? Now I will move this right pointer ahead and r will go here. Now again we will see ki 2 is already there, so we will increment the value. Still the map size is valid, so hence the number of subarrays count will be nothing but length plus. So again what is the length? 4. So can I say the total count will become 10? Yes. Now again I will do right plus plus, so right will go to here, and now after this I will add 3 inside it, and now the map size become what? 3, and that is not allowed, and hence when the condition becomes false, what we do? We do the shrinking phase. So how we will do the shrinking phase? Shrinking phase starts from the left side. So if you remember, whenever we do the summation, shrinking from left side, do the subtraction from that and do left plus plus. But here when we were not adding that in a summation variable, here we were adding the map. How we were adding? We were incrementing the frequency. So here we have to decrement the frequency. So what we will do? From the map, I have to say map dot put. Where to put? At nums of left value. What to put? Less frequency. So whatever the value of that key is there, so map dot get nums of left. Okay, what value it holds. So currently the one frequency is 2, and then I want to decrease that, correct? So that I want to put. So now can I say ki the frequency will from 2 it will become 1? Yes. And then what we will do? We will do left plus plus. Okay, so now my left pointer will point to this index. Still the map size is greater than, so it will keep on running inside the while loop only. Again we will put nums of left. So now what we will get? We will get this 2, and this time we will decrease the frequency of 2 from 2 to 1, correct? Okay, now we will do left plus plus again. So left will point to this. Still if you can see, so this is still what? Greater than k. So again the shrinking phase will keep on going. So what we will do? Now this time we will remove the frequency of 1, and now the frequency will reduce to what? 0, correct? Still if you will check now, the size of map is 3 only. Why? Because even though frequency is 0, but you have not removed it from your map, correct? So basically before this left plus plus now, you have to check. What you have to check? You have to check ki if map dot get nums of left. So we have to check if inside our map the value for that key is 0, then we can say we can remove it. So we will simply say map dot remove. What we want to remove? Nums of left. So now I can delete it. So once it will become 0, I can delete it. And after deletion, we have only 2 values as unique, 2 and 3. And again we will do left plus plus here. So left will move to this point. And now I can say the size is valid. So hence it will come out of this while loop. And now this length will be the total number of subarrays. What? So number of subarrays which ends with this to this. So which is 1 for this 3 and this 2. So now total number of subarrays will become 12. Okay, but you saw 12 was not the answer. So this sliding window helps you to get less than equal to k. So what if I will tell you ki we got count like total number of subarrays 12, and that is nothing but all less than equal to k, and we want exactly k. So how can we do that? Don't you think if For less than equal to k, we call that function and we got 12 as an answer. And what if we will call less than equal to k minus 1? Yes, k minus 1. So if you will call for k minus 1, you will get your count as total 5. Okay. So basically, let's say k is 3. Okay. So for all less than equal to 3, for 1 length, 2 length, 3 length, like map size 1, 2, 3, we got 12 as an answer. And for 1 size and 2 size, we got 5 as an answer. So don't you think if we will exclude this 1, 2, so total 12 minus 5 is 7, and that 7 is nothing but exactly k. Yes, exactly k. So whatever we have called or calculated here now for less than equal to k, we will call the same function for less than equal to k minus 1, and whatever we got as a result, that we will subtract and return in our answer. So let's see the total time complexity. You know, in the sliding window, this for loop, which is starting from 0 to n, this will take O of n. Okay, and although it has nested while loop, but if you will see left pointer, we are moving ahead, but that left pointer is not coming back again to move ahead. Okay, so total unique points which our pointer is touching is O of n, and in the worst case, when all numbers will be unique, suppose, then in the worst case, left pointer will also touch all numbers only one time. So total O of n and O of n. So total time complexity will be O of 2n. That is nothing but linear only. But you call this whole function for less than equal to k, and you are going to call this the whole function again for less than equal to k minus 1. So total O of 4n, if to be more precise, and although it is linear only. And if we will talk about space complexity, so map will take O of n space if all numbers are unique, and the same function we are calling for 2 times, so total time complexity will be O of 2n, that is linear only. So now I can say I can code it. So what I will do here, you know, we have to make another function that will be private. So we will make private int will be its return type, because we are expecting the total number of count. Okay, and let's name it atmost, and we will send two things, what the array itself and k. So it will expect int nums and integer type of k value. Okay, now inside it we will initialize the left variable with 0. We will initialize our count variable, okay, with 0 only, or you can say count subarrays. Now I want to make a hash map. So how I will make hash map? Key, we will initialize our hash map of integer key and integer only value, correct? We will name it map with new hash map. Okay, we have initialized the map also. Now I would like to run a for loop for what? Right variable, if you remember, we will initialize it with 0, and we will allow this to go till nums dot length, correct? And right plus plus. Okay, now inside it what we were doing? Inside the map we were putting what? Nums of right. With what value? What if inside the map it's not there? So we will see get or default value of what? Nums of right. If not there, then initialize with 0 and then do +1 to it. Okay, after this, for shrinking phase we have to check ki what if my map dot size is greater than 2, then we will do the shrinking phase. Okay, otherwise what we will do? We will do count plus is equal to right minus left plus 1. Why we do this? I already told you. Okay, and after coming out of this, we can simply return the what? Count, and that count we will store here. So we have to call the function also. So we will simply do call the function. So atmost, okay, we will send the nums and we will send k, and then we will, sorry my bad, atmost, and here we will also again call the same function with nums, but this time we will send k minus 1. Okay, so when we will subtract this, then we will get exactly k. Okay, now what to do in the shrinking phase? So in the shrinking phase, if you remember, we want to remove it, but first for the left value we want to decrement the frequency. So I will do map dot put what value I want to put. So whatever is there, so map dot get for nums of left value, then in that I want to subtract 1. Okay, yes. Now after this, what I want to do, we have to check ki what if map dot get of nums of left, means what if that key value is now holding 0 value. In that case our task is to remove it. So map dot remove what? Nums of left only, correct? Otherwise we will keep on doing left plus plus, correct? So this is our shrinking phase. Now let's run this code here. Sorry, my bad. Now we'll run this. We forgot, we have to write the nums of left also here, so that we can see ki for this key I want to put this value, correct? Okay, my bad, we have to keep k here instead of 2, because I took the example, so manually we kept it, so it will be k, so that for every k it will be different. Okay, now it's running, we can submit this. And as you can see, it is a faster solution because the time complexity is total O of 4n, that is linear only, correct? So I hope you understood, and if you're from Python background, this is the same approach, but the only language will differ. So this is your Python code and this is your C++ code if you're from C++ background. I hope all these different language code will help you if you are from different background also. Now with this, we can go in our sheet and we can mark the next question also, subarray with k different integers. That was from the hard level. So that's it. I hope you understood, and if you don't have this sheet link, then all the sheet link and my social media links I will put in the description below, and you can get it from there. And I hope you guys are doing along with me. If yes, then do let me know in the comment section. You can simply comment yes or completed or solving. That will give me more motivation to do more videos for you all. And that's it guys. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't hesitate to share with your friends also. And that's all. Let's meet in another video with some more interesting questions and topics. Till then, keep learning, take care of yourself and your family too.